This case study focuses on the Brisbane Roar and was prepared by Ashley Hopkins, Jackson Hughes, Sarah Leonard and Jana Beasley. We are the team members of Tuesday 11 to 1 Management 1001 workshop. The steps taken in this case study were the background information of the case, broader issues and problems, a key focus on issues, relevant theories, problem solving and objectives, and relevant action plans to address key issues. Inaugural A-League series. The Brisbane Roar were one of 8 teams in the Australian Professional Soccer League. In 2009, the club was rocked by the abrupt dismissal of team coach and manager Frank Fanara due to drink driving charges. This had an immense impact on both the board and players who had already commenced the 2009-2010 season. It was Ant Postecoglou that was appointed as the Brisbane Roar manager and coach, having had the experience with the men's under-20s head manager. This made Postecoglou more than qualified for the role. However, he was met with challenge and reluctance from existing players and management. Postecoglou set out to change the entire way of play for the Brisbane Roar, shifting the culture from one that focused on individual players and their strengths to one that focused on the strength of the team, its consistency and player investment, an attitude which he called the buy-into. Major changes were made which saw 80% of the existing team resign. Furthermore, a loss of motivation impacted on the teams, seeing the worst result in the club's history in the 2009-2010 season. This style of leadership and managerial planning was one that paid off long term, with the team's success winning the A-League series in the consecutive 2011-2012 to the 2012 and 2013 season. Broadly related issues faced by Brisbane Roar and Postecoglou included planning, strategic management, organising, human resource management, leading, motivation and rewards, and leading and managing. It is evident through the case study that a lack of planning caused a domino effect, causing a flow-on of issues for Postecoglou in the transforming of the organisation.
The key issues surrounding Brisbane Roar particularly relate to planning, organisational culture and change, leadership and strategic management. Planning is the first stage of the management process and, when done poorly, can lead to an organisation's demise. This issue directly relates to the Brisbane Roar case study, as prior to Frank Farina's dismissal, there had been a lack of contingency and scenario planning. As a result, after Farina's unexpected dismissal, poor planning gave rise to many other problems that potentially may have been eliminated. Therefore, it was essential for Ange Postecoglou to implement sound contingency plans for the team to regain focus, coordination and control over the span of the cultural shift. Because of the lack of contingency plans, a rapid change in head manager led to strong resistance to culturally change by the team. Resistance to change in this context arose due to factors including fear of the unknown, disrupted habits, loss of control, poor timing, and loss of face. It is therefore critical for managers to maintain a clear dialogue regarding the future direction of the organisation and the associated expectations to achieve the change. Leading, a core component of the management process, is critical for an organisation to smoothly transition and culturally adapt. Postecoglou gained his leadership power from his formal position, which provided him with the authority to implement his vision and new strategies. Postecoglou's leadership traits provided him with the ability to overcome the resistance to change imposed from the team. However, his somewhat traditional authoritative managerial stance did come at the cost of a high turnover rate. Furthermore, strategic management relates to an organisation's competitive advantage and their ability to deal with the microenvironmental and macroenvironmental forces better than their competitors. Postecoglou had a strong vision to improve Brisbane Roar's performance. Through organisational strategy and strategic management, Brisbane Roar was able to win 2 consecutive A-League championships. At the end of the 2011-2012 season, Postecoglou resigned to take up a position with Melbourne Victory, a rival team. As such, strategic management, like the other key issues, are integral to Brisbane Roar maintaining a competitive edge in the future. Relevant theories are required to overcome each of the proposed key issues. As outlined previously, contingency plans are integral for an organisation's success when undergoing forecasted and unplanned events. As such, Brisbane Roar must continuously develop efficient and effective scenario and contingency plans to remain flexible and focused when these events occur. Also relevant to planning is that of management by objectives and participation and involvement. Management by objectives is the process of joint objective setting between management and staff members. Of utmost importance to the success of both of these processes is participation and involvement. This ensures that all executive and team members understand and agree with the plans, enabling plans to be successfully completed. Organisational change can be achieved through a myriad of strategies. However, it is best done so through an integration of top-down and bottom-up change theories. When Postecoglou became head manager of Brisbane Roar, he identified a performance gap, which resulted in his drive for organisational change. To achieve such a change, he employed both forced coercion strategy, whereby he used formal authority to achieve change, as well as shared power strategy, that is, change accelerated through a common goal. To achieve organisational change, John Cotter's 8-step process to leading change may be used. A sense of urgency was created when Farina's management position was terminated. Following that, Postecoglou replaced many players with that who shared his vision, thereby creating a strong coalition. This vision was communicated through the development of players allocated to mentor positions and leadership roles. This resulted in a greater team empowerment. The success of such a change was able to be measured through short-term wins, as Brisbane Roar won 36 consecutive games, leading to the team's motivation and morale being boosted. An underlying thread to overcoming each key issue is leading. A strong leader provides a clear vision achieved through reward or punishment. Reward power relates to the capacity to offer something of value as a way of influencing other people. Conversely, coercive power is the ability to punish or withhold positive outcomes as a way of influencing other people. Legitimate power is the capacity to influence others by a position of formal authority. Postecoglou, to some extent, used each of these to ensure the team stayed on track to accomplish their goals. House's path goal leadership theory suggests that an effective leader is one who clarifies paths to which followers can achieve both task-related and personal goals. The best leaders assist with the progression along these paths by removing barriers and offering rewards. The Vroom-Jargo leader participation model is designed to help a leader choose the method of decision-making that best fits the nature of the situation being faced. It is evident that the majority of Postecoglou's decisions were authority-based. However, due to the need for organisational change in accordance to the Vroom-Jargo model, they were justifiable. When Postecoglou initially took the position of head manager, strategic management was imperative in achieving Brisbane Roar's team and organisational goals. Resource-based theory and human resource-based theories ensure that an organisation best utilises its internal resources and human capital to gain a competitive advantage. When combined with human resource management, these theories enhance a team motivation to which can lead to a sustainable competitive advantage.
It is critical, however, that organizations continue to analyze the current external and internal environments and ensure that their mission, goals, and objectives are suitable in the current environment. This should occur frequently to ensure that the organization is able to continuously outperform their competitors. Postecoglou and the Brisbane Roars were able to do so through skilled training methods with a focus particularly on achieving goals in the line of their vision. In order to overcome the resistance to change, an organization should implement Kotter's 8-step process. Kotter's process highlights the importance of a vision, which encompasses the entire organization. Postecoglou developed a team-orientated vision through a combination of top-down and bottom-up change. Critical to Brisbane Roar's cultural shift was Postecoglou's hiring methods, to which team members who had a buy-in mentality were given positions, and those who were resistant to change were no longer employed. Although there have been a number of models explained, we believe that House's path theory goal would be best used. This supports Kotter's 8-step process by ensuring that leaders clarify the paths so that team members are able to achieve team and personal goals. These goals are set to ultimately add to the organization's vision. Furthermore, once contingency plans are developed in accordance with the Vroom-Jago model, Brisbane Roar's management may find it more successful to utilize a more participative decision-making approach. This type of approach is effective when overcoming organizational change. It is crucial for Brisbane Roar to develop strategies that provide a competitive advantage not only in response to current internal and external environmental forces, but future environmental conditions. When using the strategic management process, the organization should analyze the microenvironmental and macroenvironmental forces and respond with appropriate contingency plans. Moreover, the use of human resource-based and resource-based theories ensure that an organization maximizes the performance out of their human capital. Through Brisbane Roar utilizing this course of action, Postecoglou was able to secure that the team outperformed its competition. This had many flow-on effects, such as a boost in team motivation and morale. Strategic management was not only an issue during Postecoglou's time as head manager, but after his resignation to manage and coach Melbourne Victory. Brisbane Roar must now outperform their previous strongest asset.
The following action plans should be implemented in order to solve the key issues related to organizational change, leading, and strategic management. To address the need for Brisbane Roar's organizational transformation, the following action plan has been devised. In the short term, management should develop a change strategy in accordance to Kotter's 8-step process. To ensure this is successful, management should ensure that there is a clear, open line of communication regarding the direction of the team and the overarching vision. In the medium term, further strengthening of Kotter's 8-step process should occur. In doing so, a strong coalition is built, ensuring new players hired have attitudes that are consistent with the vision. Furthermore, in the long term, once Kotter's process has been successfully implemented, Brisbane Roar's upper management as well as the team should ensure all future goals and objectives align to the organization's culture and philosophy. To address the issues of leadership, in the short term, experienced players should be given the additional responsibility of mentoring less experienced players. This ensures that all team members share a common goal and enhances team motivation to achieve such goals. Also, upper management should conduct regular workshops relating to strong leadership and skill building. These should be done at a minimum every 3 months. However, in periods of uncertainty, should be done so on a monthly basis. In the medium term, House's path goal theory should be employed to define short and long-term goals and the respective paths to achieve them. Furthermore, Vroom-Jago decision-making should be used with a greater emphasis on participative rather than authoritative decisions. This allows for a stronger team, assisting in tackling any future resistance to change. In the long term, BrisbaneRoar should be focused on ingraining preferable leadership traits through the use of internal management training programs. This is an essential part of any contingency plan to ensure that if an unexpected dismissal at any level was to occur, there is a suitable member to uphold the responsibilities until that position has been filled. Of paramount concern to the development of the Strategic Management Action Plan is not only Postecoglou's time as head manager and coach, but after his resignation. It is essential that during the short term, BrisbaneRoar continuously analyzes the environmental forces in which they operate. This information is critical to developing a strong vision, and communicating the identified conditions minimizes the risk of resistance to change. In the medium term, contingency plans should be developed to mitigate any potential events or issues that may impose a threat to the team's performance. Once these have been completed, it is critical that the plans and processes are communicated to both management and the team to ensure that if the event was to occur, everybody understands their roles and expectations. Furthermore, in accordance to the Room-Jago model, contingency plans should be developed in a participative and inclusive manner. In the long term, all plans should be implemented to attract an optimal workforce from all staff and team members. This concludes our presentation on BrisbaneRoar and their need for a shift in organizational culture. Thank you, and feel free to ask any questions.